Like a vampire, I don't need to know you. Come with me, I'll show you. You can find me backstage, I'm a party with a Nicolas Cage. Girl, I want that body, you know you got a body like Nicolas Cage. You ain't gotta be scared, you ain't gotta be afraid, baby. It's just you and me alone tonight with Nicolas Cage.
Welcome back to Late Night Cage Fight, the Cotton Club episode. This episode has been so long in the making. This is Cagefighter Reese, here joined by Cagefighter Steve and Cagefighter Sean. Guys, we finally did it. We watched the Cotton Club.
The Cotton Club.
I did. And I actually enjoyed it.
Steve actually enjoyed the Cotton Club.
Yeah.
So for all you listeners out there, I guess we should mention what the Cotton Club was. It was a Coppola film, Francis Ford Coppola film.
Technically, that's not what the Cotton Club was.
It's not.
That's what the Cotton Club movie was. So,
the movie,
I mean, just if you're going to be specific, you should be.
Well, the Cotton Club was a real place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was a Harlem jazz club in the 1930s. And what was interesting about it is it was African American entertainers for a white audience.
Well, I was trying to think if that was because, like, there was a bit of that, but there was also were all of the guests white?
Yeah.
Wasn't there like some mob boss guy, like some
they
tough
weren't
guy?
White, they were Italian.
Well, yeah.
They would only let you in, I believe, as an African American if you were one of the performers. Are you trying to make the argument that the Cotton Club should exist today, Steve?
No. I'm just trying to remember because there was like one guy. He was like a I don't know. He was like a strong guy, but he was a black guy, and I can't remember if he was like one of the enforcers for somebody or if he was maybe the bouncer for the bar. I can't remember. I just remember seeing him a lot in the Cotton Club, but he wasn't like a performer.
Yeah, I don't know. So this movie, now we're actually talking about the movie, 1984 musical crime drama, co-written and directed by Francis Ford Coppola, based on James Haskins' book of the same title from 1977. This film has a huge cast of tremendous actors, including the great Nicolas Cage, which is why we're here, everyone, of course.
Wait, Nick was in this movie?
Yeah. Remember?
I mean, barely.
Right. Well, I mean, that was the whole thing when we first watched this. When we first had to watch this, it was.
We didn't have to watch this. This movie was exiled from the Nicolas Cage canon.
But we talked about it, though. Remember what happened? I want to read to you the episode description for Cotton Cage and Birdie Cage, because we did talk about Cotton Cage, but that's back when I think it was Kevin and I watched it. Yeah, it was you and Kevin. And I couldn't find it. I couldn't download it, couldn't stream it, none of that. So I had to actually get a used VHS tape to do it. And we definitely couldn't get you to watch it.
How times have changed.
But just for fun, I thought I would read the description of this episode just so you guys can hear. I mean, you can kind of compare to, I guess, what the podcast is today. It's just funny to read this. So the title of the episode was Cotton Cage and Birdie Cage. This is back when I was just putting the word cage in every episode title, no matter what.
Yeah.
It says, welcome to our first Cage double feature review, where we stumble through Francis Ford Coppola's forgettable jazz gangster flick Cotton Club, followed by a thorough review of the disturbing furry-friendly Birdie. Actually, we never thought a movie would send us deep into a sordid discussion of human-animal sex. or of Nic Cage's fascination with grabbing boobies. But then we've never seen a movie quite like Birdie. Thankfully, there are probably laws against this kind of thing now. Things go off the rails towards the end, but we decided to keep it all in. Don't forget to check out Steve's Princess Mononoke music video mentioned in the podcast. And then I have italicized, no furries were harmed in the making of this episode. Oh, the good old days.
Reese, I don't remember any furries in the Cotton Club.
Well, I was talking about Birdie.
Yeah.
No furries in Cotton Club. There, could you imagine?
Can furries tap dance?
There's got to be a tap dancing furry out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Find them. Steve gets very quiet when we discuss furries. I think he has some kind of trauma. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just, why?
There's just
There's
what?
just why. That's
There's just
yeah.
why.
That's my only question when it comes to furries.
He was forced to watch Death to Smoochie when he was very young and was traumatized.
No, they
That
tried to
could be
indoctrinate me with Furcadia.
Yeah, that's right. Steve played this game called Furcadia, online game where you're a furry, back before we knew what furries were. And got burned pretty bad.
Yeah.
So
Next thing you know, you're just living in the Yiffy mansion against your will.
They have a new version, but it's just an NFT game.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I have nothing against furries myself. I actually did not want to go out on a on a furry tangent just by reading this description. I guess I should have known that's what was going to happen.
Well, you
So
also
it's
kind of
probably my
instigated
fault.
it. I tried to let it go.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But I just want to throw this out there. I have personally nothing against furries themselves.
Absolutely. Clearly.
In fact, some of the fursuits are incredibly creative.
Yeah. He really likes the ones with big balls.
I've never seen one
Big
of those.
wolf balls.
But
Well, yeah,
We all
'cause you weren't
remember-
looking the right way.
we all remember Cat Turd, right? Was it Cat Turd? Crusader Cat.
Crusader Cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're confusing Crusader Cat with Cat Toast.
Cat Toast. I do remember Cat Toast. That was the alias for a very strange online gamer.
Yeah.
Cat Turd is the Elon reply guy.
Oh, that's right. There's just
And Cat
So many
Dog
of
is a
these
show
guys.
on Nickelodeon.
thank you. Yeah. I kind of wish I could just go back in time and be watching Cat Dog after school. Man.
Actually,
Is there anything else you want to say about furries? What?
Sorry. I was just correcting myself. I think it was actually Cartoon Network, but I'm not really sure.
Gotcha. You know what? Let's move on now from furries and let's discuss some Nicolas Cage news.
Oh my god, finally.
Screen Rant. They just posted an article. Nicolas Cage rocks crucifix-shaped sunglasses in key art for new Western gunslinger.
So basically, you're telling me he's going to play fucking Wildwood in a Trigun live action?
God, I hope so. That would be amazing.
That's just the first thing that popped in my head.
Or is it Wormwood?
Wormwood. Yeah, that's it.
Wormwood. Yeah. Editor's note. It's actually Nicholas D. Wolfwood. Yeah, that's right. He had the big cross.
Yep.
Yeah,
I could see Nick
and
playing like
Cage-
an awesome character too.
Yeah. Do you want to guess the name of this up-and-coming Western with Steven Dorff starring, if you don't already know it?
I just did.
Come on. Use your creativity. It's not Trigun.
West
Priest.
land.
It's not Priest. Oh.
Crucify this.
I want to fight you so bad.
Passion of the Christ 2. Crucify this.
Great. No, it's a Western movie called Gunslingers. Great guess, though. It's going to have an ensemble cast unlike any other. I love that. And then there's just 3 names here. Steven Dorff, which I haven't kept up with anything. I didn't even know he was still acting. The last I heard of him was the Blade movie. Nicolas Cage. And then who is this other person? I can't read it on the art. I don't know. Heather Graham. Wow, what a star-studded cast that is.
He's really been on a Western kick lately. Didn't he just come out with one?
Yeah, he did, yeah, and of course we haven't seen it yet, but and I don't think it got great reviews. I did watch the trailer for the Gunslingers, I believe, and Nick's part looks hilarious. I recommend you guys check it out. I think I shared it with you guys, actually.
I usually have your stuff sent to spam.
Okay, sounds good. Miley Cyrus, you guys like Miley Cyrus?
Hannah Montana?
She's
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah. She just announced a new visual album. The album is titled Something Beautiful, and it's inspired by Pink Floyd's The Wall and Nicolas Cage's Mandy.
Oh.
So, Visual K?
Yeah, kind of. Visual K, I guess.
I mean,
American style.
if you're talking being inspired by Mandy, and yeah, that would be pretty much in the realm of Visual K for me.
Right. Maybe she's just saying she did a lot of acid, like the bikers in Mandy, before recording the album.
Does she make
And
a
that
battle
was
axe?
inspiration. I don't see a battle axe. In fact, looking at the promo image of her, I don't see any association with Mandy at all, really. She's wearing this, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's all of these diamonds and plastic beads in her hair, and it's a close up of her face, so you can't really see her lower body. I don't see Mandy from this. To me, it's like Cher or something retro. Isn't it interesting though? She said Nicolas Cage is Mandy. He's the one that gets credit for that. I mean, he is the star.
Yeah,
but it wasn't his story.
I beg to differ.
All right.
I don't think that you can put Nicolas Cage in a movie and have it be about anyone else.
Yeah.
Well, except maybe the Cotton Club.
Was he in that movie?
We'll get to that. All right, and finally we got to talk about The Surfer. That is the next big Cage movie coming out this year. A lot of talk about The Surfer. What's not to love, right? That's what Frederick Dreyer from OutsideOnline.com writes. There's surfing. There are hyper aggro Australian surfer dudes, hopefully on LSD. There are strong undercurrents of paranoia, shamanism, yes, and even cult worship. Come on.
Nice.
This is more Mandy than the Miley Cyrus album. And of course, there's Nicolas Cage clad in a neoprene wetsuit doing what he does best. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready for this?
What?
Doing what Nic Cage does best. Freaking out, melting down, and acting like a lunatic.
Yes.
The movie appears to be a meme reservoir of the zany, over-the-top acting we've come to expect from the Academy Award-winning actor over the past decade or so. Cage screams, eye bulges, and stares into the camera. He also wields a tire iron like a club, bludgeons a bad guy with a signpost, and forces another one to eat a dead rat while screaming, "Eat the rat." I have got to watch this trailer. My God.
Does he actually force the actor to eat the rat? I mean, I could see it. You know, he's big on method acting.
Man, this makes me want to surf. Wow. Anyway, Surfer hits theaters May 1st, so that's coming up. We definitely need to see it. We should see it in costume. We should go in wetsuits.
I wonder if we can get a screener for that one.
Oh,
Shout out to Roadside Attractions. Let's set something up.
Yeah. Call our guys.
Yeah.
Which is just me.
Our people will call your people.
Yeah.
Hey, Reese, call him.
I gotta do
it.
this right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, all right, let's finish the podcast and then call him.
Yeah.
In the middle of a whole thing right now.
Yeah. Before we get into Cotton Club, Sean, you wanted to just talk briefly about your new YouTube series that you started.
Yeah. So
Tell me about it.
A bit of a departure from the world of Nicolas Cage and the Cageverse, but so I recently resurfaced my older YouTube channel called Let's Play Arcade and repurposed it a bit. So previously the channel was dedicated to playing retro arcade games, and recently I've gotten addicted to playing claw machines. So
Okay.
so I actually have a bunch of videos up on the channel now where we're playing and winning claw machines. If you're interested in learning how to play claw machines and win a bunch of prizes, definitely check it out. We're
Cool.
yeah, we go to a place called Round One a lot, which is a Japanese style arcade, and yeah, they have them across the U.S. And we also recently just recorded another video at another local claw machine arcade called Keiko Claw. So yeah, if that sounds interesting, definitely look us up on YouTube and check us out.
I will be watching. What's the coolest thing you've won in a claw machine?
I mean, I've won a bunch of anime figures. I did win a nice Ray from Evangelion. There was this pretty big figure of Link from Tears of the Kingdom that I won there not that long ago.
Ooh.
Yeah, it must have been like a $40-$50 figure, but won it in like 4 or 5 plays. So
they have those kinds of figures like in Ohio claw machines?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the thing that's cool about Round One is, like, you know, everything is kind of Japanese themed. So I mean, they're a Japanese company. So I mean,
cool.
Most of they have like plushies that are, you know, like Sanrio or like Nintendo, Sonic, stuff like that. I mean, I even won a giant like Yoshi. I won a Chopper from One Piece out of one of them. Yeah, there's...
Damn, son.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe you can win Steve a Wormwood from Trigun. Editor's note, it's actually Nicholas D. Wolfwood.
Speaking of win for me, I'd like to announce today's sponsor, clawformedaddy.com. Tired of trying to get all those claw machine pros, but don't have the claw machine skills? Come on down to clawformedaddy.com and we'll get you those prizes without those struggles.
Okay. Thank you, Steve. We love our sponsors dearly. So it's great that you remembered to give a shout out. We should say again, Sean, your YouTube channel's name is Let's Play Arcade.
That is correct.
All right. Check it out. And now we begin our discussion of Francis Ford Coppola's The Cotton Club.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cotton Club.
Some of the best musicians in the world playing here.
Let's do Ellington.
We're here.
I'm looking for Mr. Dutch Schultz. Do you know him?
Sure. Everybody knows a Dutchman.
I need a guy with your kind of talent. Musical talent. That too. He's showing off again.
Showing off is how you get to be a star.
I want to do Broadway.
You want to do white show business?
I want to make it. I mean, really make it.
The white man ain't left me nothing out here but the underworld, and that is where I dance.
We
got twice as many cops in Harlem as we had 3 days ago.
Stormy weather.
They asked me to do a solo.
You're your brother.
How could you go behind my back?
All the time.
If I make it, then maybe somebody else has a shot to make it. Maybe even you can make it.
Who the hell are you? You do not push people around without some people pushing back.
I never have figured you out.
It's funny, I know all about you.
You gotta be careful who you play piano for.
What were you doing backstage with him?
I was kissing him.
1, 2, 3, 4, let's take it home now.
Actually, we watched the Cotton Club Encore a couple weeks ago now. Wasn't it an exhilarating experience, guys?
It was better than I thought, honestly.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say exhilarating.
Right.
It was good.
I went into this movie completely blind, and honestly, like, you guys have been talking about it for years at this point.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and I never looked up what the movie was actually about. So
Right.
I assumed that it was like a movie about a plantation.
Gotcha. I can just tell you, I promise. Now, granted, this was on a VHS, but the original cut was so hard for me to sit through. That and you know, plus the fact that Nicolas Cage is only in it for a short bit of the film. But the new version is like tremendously improved. Like, I could follow the story, the character arcs were more interesting. Even the musical parts had my attention much more than they did in the original. So kudos for that, Mr. Coppola. Now, you guys probably don't know this. I didn't know this. In 2015, Uncle Francis, as Steve likes to call him, he actually found an old Betamax copy of his original cut that happened to run 25 minutes longer. And when he was originally editing the picture, he had given in to the distributors who said that they wanted to make a shorter film with a different structure. So it says here, between 2015 and 2017, Coppola spent over $500,000 of his own money to restore the film to his original cut, which is the version that we watched together, running now 139 minutes. The Film Stage gave the Cotton Club Encore a rating of A-. I thought it was pretty good. Rolling Stone was generally positive with it. So my plan had been to force Steve especially to watch Cotton Club, to suffer through 25 more minutes of Cotton Club than I had to. That was the original intent.
Mm-hmm.
But it ended up being a good movie, so it backfired.
Right, because that's what happens when you try to punish me.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was written in the stars, I guess.
You should have known better.
Steve just lifted up an Uno reverse card.
That's right.
Yeah, gotcha. Nice. I'll go through the cast here. It's quite the cast of actors. We had Richard Gere. He was the real lead, playing Michael Dixie Dwyer. Gregory Hines. Diane Lane was Vera. Lynette McKee. Bob Hoskins. Love Bob Hoskins. He was Oni Madden. James Remar. Nic Cage played Vincent Dwyer. A lot of big names. And it had this real kind of Godfather vibe going with it. I mean, obviously we're talking, this is a movie about the mob in the 1930s, right?
Did Godfather have tap dancing? I can't remember.
Don't ask me any Godfather questions. Because, I mean, I'm one of those people that's like, yeah, it's a great movie. Of course, classic, love it. I watched it when I was like 15, you know, all of them, and I never went back, and I don't remember it. I just remember, like, the iconic scenes. So I'm trying to say that I am...
funny.
I'm a poser.
Yeah.
I'm a poser.
Okay. I'm glad.
So what's going to happen is you're going to ask me, was there tap dancing in The Godfather? I'm going to say yes, of course, and it was great. Then I'm going to spend probably an hour Googling it just to confirm, and then discover that there is no tap dancing in any of the Godfather films, and then make sure to meticulously edit out that entire question from this episode. Because that's what I do to save face. That's how much I care about our listeners.
Reese, that's black erasure.
Yeah, you're kind of a bad person.
That's mean. Why can't you mean? This is a love podcast. It's late night Cage love.
Yeah.
Treat me with respect.
I do love Cage.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
The
Cotton Club.
You don't respect him.
I do. But do you think Cage would respect me if I'm wrong, publicly incorrect about something? Especially when it comes to film. We'll never get him on this podcast if I can't get something like Godfather trivia right. Did you ever think about that?
I mean, does he even really like The Godfather? You just have to get the Elvis trivia right, and you're fine.
You're right. He probably doesn't give a shit about The Godfather.
Yeah.
He probably legitimately thinks that Deadfall is a better film.
Yeah.
It is.
Because it is.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean.
How many times have you seen The Godfather? How many times have you seen Deadfall?
Boom.
Oh, you got me with that one. Plot of the Cotton Club. We'll talk about what happens in the movie, and then we'll talk a little bit about the production. And then we can lay Cotton Club to rest and end racism for good. That's what this episode is really about. A musician named Dixie Dwyer begins working with mobsters to advance his career, but ends up falling in love with Vera Cicero, the girlfriend of the gangland kingpin Dutch Schultz. Guys, it's never a good idea to fall in love with the girlfriend of the mob boss, right? You just don't do that.
Generally not recommended.
There is this pretty awesome shooting sequence, though, in the beginning, right?
Yeah, that's where I kind of got a little thrown off. Because I feel like
it was like surprisingly violent, gruesome when they shot that guy.
I was not expecting that at all. I was expecting dancing and musical numbers, not like
dark Disney.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He didn't start working for them to advance his career. He was kind of like forced into it.
This is Wikipedia, man. This is.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, you're right.
Yeah,
it's really condensed. It's really condensed. Yeah, he was pressured into it big time. Then we have Sandman Williams. He's a dancer from Dixie's Neighborhood, and his brother Clay. They're hired by the Cotton Club. Those are the tap dancers, right?
Yeah, I love him.
And the owner is Oni Madden, Bob Hoskins' character. He's a mobster, and he runs it with his right-hand man, Frenchie. I love Frenchie's my favorite character.
What else has he done?
He's Herman Munster, man.
Was there something else like more recent though?
I think he's dead.
Well, I mean, not like now recent, but I mean like
okay.
More than the Munsters.
Yes, actor Fred Gwynn from the Munsters. He played Herman Munster. He was Frenchie in the Cotton Club, and he was absolutely my favorite character in this. But that's just my personal opinion. Other than Nicolas Cage, but of course, we'll get to Nicolas Cage's character here.
Oh, that's what I recognized him from. Christmas Star. We were just watching that last Christmas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's sweet.
Yeah.
So Dixie Dwyer ends up becoming a Hollywood film star, a not great one at that, thanks to the help of Oni Madden and the mob. But this, of course, angers Dutch Schultz. And he keeps seeing Vera, which is not good. she has her own nightclub that is being financed by the jealous gangster. In the meantime, Dixie's younger brother, Vincent, becomes a gangster in Schultz's mob. That's Cage's character. And he eventually becomes a public enemy, and they kidnap Frenchie for a time, which was an amusing part of the film for me. Sandman alienates his brother Clay at the Cotton Club, right, by agreeing to perform his own solo number there without telling his brother. While the club's management interferes with Sandman's romantic interest in Lila, a singer, its cruel treatment of the performers leads to an intervention by Harlem criminal Bumpy Rhodes on their behalf. Man, this is really condensed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much more that happens in this movie. But I guess this does sum it up if you need it on, like, you know, the back of the VHS or something.
Right.
Dutch Schultz is violently dealt with by Madden's men while Dixie and Sandman perform on the Cotton Club stage. I think what's most important about this movie is there are actually musical performances. It really is a musical and well done. And the background of the mob drama and violence just adds to the mystique of the film, the ambiance. And I think that's kind of what elevates it. You know, for the first time watching Cotton Club, the Encore version, I really felt like I was transported back to that time, which was cool.
It's got good vibes.
Got good vibes. What? Who kills Nic Cage's character? Do we remember? I think it's just a group of mobsters, right?
Yeah, I mean, what's his name? Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey is not in this.
Yeah, that's Frenchie's boss.
Oh, okay. There was one song, I believe, that was added back into the movie, or they like played the whole thing for the first time. It was really well done. It was Lila's song.
Yeah, I was surprised that seemed like a pretty one of the bigger musical numbers. I wonder why they cut it from the original.
You know, and I remember thinking that even though this movie was meant to bring attention to African American history through film, I remember thinking the original, though, felt more of like a parody of it, and more suited for like white people, white audiences in the 80s. Whereas this version felt more authentic to me.
I mean, that would kind of fall in line with being told to recut it.
Right? Yeah, I'm probably not too far off with that assessment.
Yeah.
But I mean, that wasn't the biggest takeaway. The biggest takeaway for me at that time was, man, this is really boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's the production of Cotton Club is quite interesting. Sean, did you read up on the murder involved in this production?
Briefly. So one of the producers named Roy Radin was actually murdered during the production of this, and this went on to be known as the Cotton Club murder. And there actually was a podcast, an 8-part podcast crime drama reenacting this that called Killing Hollywood, the Cotton Club murder, published back in 2021. Haven't checked that out, but it's just interesting that this movie is wrapped up in something like this.
Yeah, and the original financial backers of this film were like, there was an Arab arms dealer, which is interesting to have backing your film. Some vaudeville folks. There was a lot of investment in this movie, and then I think later, of course, lawsuits, and then you had the studio making all of the cuts to it. It was just a mess.
I guess it was the financing of the movie was actually investigated by the New York State Attorney General at the time.
Yeah, lots of drama in the production of this movie that time forgot. But fortunately, Coppola went back and redid. Do you think Cage watched the new cut himself?
Yeah, he definitely did. And it would have been like Thanksgiving dinner at Uncle Francis's house. He's like, all right, Nick, come over here, sit on my lap. We're going to watch the new cut.
Yeah. Wikipedia says from July 15th to August 22nd, 1983, 12 scripts were produced, including 5 during one 48-hour nonstop weekend. Kennedy estimates that between 30 and 40 scripts were turned out. How many of those do you think were Cage's? I would guess 39.
Yeah.
I think Cage said the N-word in this.
Did he?
That's another movie where he says the N-word. So I wonder if he puts that on his resume, his portfolio.
I wonder if there's a supercut somewhere.
Yeah. That's probably why he did that Netflix special about vulgar words.
Yeah.
Just because of the Cotton Club?
Yeah. It's apologizing for that. Or owning it.
Yeah.
I guess it's okay if you say the N-word in a movie as long as your character is violently murdered by the end. So he has been forgiven.
That's how it is with rap music, right? You're allowed to say it as long as you're murdered at the end of the song.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just justice for all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you guys rate Cotton Club Encore? If you had to. We're going to go out of 5. So don't give me no like 7.6 bullshit.
I'd probably give it like a 3.5.
Okay.
It loses some points for the lack of Cage.
Right? Yeah.
I'm thinking like a 7.2.
Get out. Get out of here. Drag. God, I wish we were at the Cotton Club and you were on stage and I had what do you call it? One of those canes. I can just wrap around your neck and then tear you off the stage and like they talk to the actors or the performers.
Oh, there's that one dude that like chases him around the kitchen all the time.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, the super racist guy.
Yeah. I sure know better than let you fornicating.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting. The character, it was Lila, who's light-skinned.
Mm-hmm.
And she's trying to, she's trying to portray herself as white.
Yeah.
But the guy, the tap dancing Sandman guy, is like, nah, baby, you're black. I'm black. Just be my wife. She's like, no, I want to have a career and I can actually pass as white. So can you just like back the fuck off?
Just let her excel. Let her shatter the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably with
the crazy thing is
Sean on a 3.5, I'd say.
Really?
I really enjoyed a lot of the dance numbers. I thought they were all really fun.
Yeah.
I
don't know if you're being like a sarcastic asshole.
No, genuinely.
Yeah, you liked okay.
Yeah, they were genuinely
You genuinely liked the like 5-minute tap dancing.
There was like a ton of them.
I just want to be clear. What?
Yeah, there were a ton of them. It wasn't just like 5 minutes. It was probably like 50% of the movie. It was like dance numbers.
Right. But I'm saying specifically the super long tap dancing.
Yeah. I found actually a lot of that more enjoyable than a lot of like the mob scenes.
You found the tap dancing more enjoyable than the racist beatings and the mob randomly shooting people on the street, right?
Yeah.
You might actually be a nice guy. I enjoyed those two. I don't know how to rate this. I'll give it a man. I hate to just completely agree with you two.
I mean, but it's a solid.
Yeah.
Any movie with Bob Hoskins and Flappers gets at least a 2.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the best Mario.
That's true. I will give it a 3.7 just to basically tell our listeners that I am more of an ally than you guys.
I'm going to change mine to 3.8.
But we're not going to go to 4. Let's not get greedy.
I'm actually changing it to 2.73.
You're going down. So that the average stays the same. Is that why?
Yeah.
3.79
smart.
repeating.
Okay.
Repeating, of course.
That. Yeah. Do you think they'll do a recut of the recut? Cotton Club Encore Reborn or something?
They just cut it.
Abridged.
They recut it and they make it worse.
Yeah.
They make it worse.
They cut it up into 2-minute clips and put it all on TikTok.
Beautiful. I like that. They only show 30 seconds of each musical number and then it goes back to the serious scenes.
And they add like a CGI dancing dog character.
I love that. Now it's getting to be like Roger Rabbit territory. Do you think Cage could have played Richard Gere's character? The main character? Dixie Dwyer? I don't think that's his kind of role. I don't think he would have excelled, personally.
Yeah, it would have been a different movie.
Yeah. I'm not saying Nic Cage couldn't. The way that Richard Gere portrayed that character, I think, was more effective for the tone that Uncle Francis wanted. So I respect Uncle Francis's decision here.
Yeah. I think Cage could have played the Dutchman.
Yeah. That's right. I think we even said that while we were watching it.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned that, yeah. Yeah, so that is the Cotton Club, everyone. Go see it if you can, but watch the Encore version. We do not recommend the original. I'm sure there are some originalists out there. If you prefer the original, let us know why. There might be some arguments as to why the original is a stronger film. Again, I watched this on VHS, very low quality. Wasn't enthused. And I think I watched it with Kevin Silvis. And Kevin is actually going to be here tomorrow. Isn't that amazing?
So you guys gonna watch the Cotton Club again, but the Encore version? That way you can try it again and see if you and Kevin have a better experience together.
Yeah, and then we can do another episode. Why don't we have a Cotton Club episode every week? So that way we at least have content coming out regularly.
Oh, I was gonna say this so that way we wouldn't have to, record anything anymore since
we wouldn't have to watch anything anymore.
That's true.
We just talk about the Cotton Club.
The Cotton Cast.
The Cotton Cast. That's a great idea. Someone should run with that.
I love how you couldn't find this movie and now it's just available for free on Amazon.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's what, dude. Everything we do is made more difficult on purpose. I believe that. It's like we want to unveil Nicolas Cage's talents, but nobody cares. But nobody cares. Oh yeah, actually, we just made a whole movie about his talents that emulates your podcast. Idiots. It's like, why was it so hard for us, but they get to just make a movie?
Bumpy
his
Roads.
massive talent.
Lawrence Fishburne's character. Was he ever
I'm
in
gonna
the
be
Cotton Club?
complaining about this. Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne was in it.
No, but I mean, like, was he in the Cotton Club in the building? That's who I was thinking of.
I don't
was
think.
thinking of Lance.
I don't think he was. No, I think he was in the Black Club because there were some scenes in the Black Club. Remember?
I remember some of them being there, but I swear I also remember him being like at a table at one point.
Yeah. Maybe that was Morpheus.
Maybe, or maybe it was like
Maybe there was a Matrix.
later on or something. Like,
Gotcha. Does anyone
Like near
have
the end
Lawrence
of the movie.
Fishburne's number? We could give him a call and ask him if he was at the Cotton Club.
he'll be like, which one?
Actually, the next John Wick movie is going to take place at the Cotton Club.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Are you ready? Let's go.
Well, thank you for discussing the Cotton Club with me, fellas. It was a transcendental experience, and we did it. And I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of you, and I'm proud of Nicolas Cage for stepping up in this role. Good job.
Way to
Good
go, Cage.
job. Way to go. And if you're listening, I'm proud of you as well, because now you can fully appreciate the epicness that is Nic Cage in the Cotton Club, and you can go seek this out, not on VHS, but like Cagefighter Sean said, it's streaming everywhere now. You can easily watch it in the comfort of your own home, and that is testament to where we are as a technological society today. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of you. And I cannot wait for our next episode where we discuss what the fuck is that movie called? The Nic Cage's Mandolin.
Yeah.
G-Force.
Creamy.
Yeah, the creamy mandolin of freedom.
The Italian creamy freedom mandolin. No,
Yeah.
he's a captain. Captain Corelli's fettuccine mandolin. What the hell is it called? Captain Corelli's. I think it's just Captain Corelli's mandolin. Right?
What are you talking about?
The next movie that we're talking about. Captain Corelli's mandolin.
Yeah,
Nic
that's
Cage
what I said.
plays the Italian mandolin.
Yeah.
The man.
Yeah, no, he plays the mandolin.
I don't remember. It's been so long. The mandolin. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be sure to check that out. Our discussion of Captain Corelli's Mandolin starring Nicolas Cage. This has been a production of Late Night Cage Fight, the Nicolas Cage podcast.
I'm pretty sure
Thanks
it's
for listening.
Captain Corelli, Brave New World. I think that's the title.
That's not it.
Are you sure?
No. I don't want to look it up right now. We'll go with that. Anyway, Captain Corelli does some great things to the locals. It's a real uplifting film. And we think you're going to like it. Steve thinks you're going to love it. Sean thinks you're going to hate it.
It's fantastic.
It is. And with that, I'm going to say, fellas, Cage out.
Cage out.
Cage out.